Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Thursday, November 6th, 2025. The Sheriff's Department is investigating a reported homicide at a mobile home park in Morongo Valley. Yesterday morning at around 3:15 a.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Roadrunner Mobile Home Park at 51063 29 Palms Highway. The Sheriff's Department said that they were initially called to respond to an unknown problem and that when deputies arrived, they found one person dead. A witness told Z107.7 that one resident of the mobile home park was killed and one person was severely injured from stab wounds. The witness said the deputies searched through the mobile home park for a suspect and that residents were asked to remain in their homes until after 10 a.m. The witness said that a suspect was eventually taken into custody, but the Sheriff's Department did not confirm that any arrests were made. The Sheriff's Department declined to provide any additional details about their ongoing investigation. We'll update this story as we learn more. An item saved for a normally routine part of the Yucca Valley Town Council agenda drew a standing room only crowd at Tuesday's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting, with a seemingly divided council eventually tabling it for a future discussion. Online news editor Robert Hayden was at the meeting and picks it up from here.
The consent agenda at town meetings is something that generally doesn't get much attention or require discussion. It's a routine part of procedure. I'll let Mayor Jeff Droz describe it.
Items are enacted by one motion and a second without separate discussion unless a member of the town council or town staff requests dialogue on a specific item.
Town clerk Leslie Copeland didn't sugarcoat it.
Mayor, we have a lot of requests to speak for item number 4.
And with that, the First Amendment provision and protection policy was plucked from the consent agenda. But first, Deputy Town Manager Frank Lacchino gave an overview of the policy and recommended the town council approve it. Town Legal Counsel Thomas Jeck says the town has to balance two things: safe, accessible, orderly community events for everyone, as well as the public's right to free speech and free expression. Jeck says that the policy does this with free speech zones.
It allows speech and expression in certain areas during the town events.
In case you didn't catch it, those certain areas are what most residents came to talk about on Tuesday night. Deborah Savitz started things off saying that confining expression to designated zones may have been written with good intentions, but it violates the First Amendment.
Sidewalks, parks, and public plazas are traditional public forums. And in a democracy, the entire public square is a free speech zone.
Melissa Spurs says that free speech zones don't reflect well in the town.
This makes the town look less like Telluride or Park City and far more like a corrupt backwater dump that people speed through and never look back.
Thank you, Melissa. Who's next?
Overall, there were 23 public comments on the free speech policy, most or all referencing the fundamental right of free speech and the timing and manner in which the free speech policy was reintroduced. James Porter cleared up any confusion on whether the animal advocacy group would protest the Yucca Valley Film Festival.
Will we protest? You bet we will. And I personally will not comply with this unconstitutional policy, and you're welcome to send Captain Warwick and his people over to arrest us.
After about 40 minutes of public comments, it went back to the council. Councilmember Rick Dennison says he's open to more dialogue on the policy, and Councilmember Jim Schooler agreed.
If we need to table this and scrub it, so that we can accommodate what we're trying to accomplish, which isn't muzzling anybody for sure.
Mayor Jeff Droz was in favor of the policy, saying it wasn't only for the film festival, but for all town events.
So does anybody want to second that? Nobody wants to second my thing, so I guess we'll table it.
Councilmember Lombardo then made a motion to table the policy and review it further with more public input on how to achieve that balance of town events and free speech. It was seconded by Councilmember Schooler, and the policy was tabled with only Mayor Droz dissenting. That was only the first hour of an over 3-hour meeting. There are also building and safety code updates and an animal shelter update with its own hefty public comment period. You can find the full recap of Tuesday's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting on our website, Z107.7FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Thank you, Robert. The Yucca Valley Film Festival begins tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center with a red carpet and meet and greet with participants before the first night of programming. You can get the full schedule at yuccavalleyfilmfestival.com. The 29 Palms Book Festival begins tomorrow morning with a full weekend of events celebrating authors, literacy, and the joy of books. More than 90 authors and 17 live sessions are spread out over 3 days this year, with most happening at the 29 Palms Community Center. The event kicks off tomorrow with an event called, quote, Where the Hell is 29 Palms? Moderated by longtime local journalist Kurt Schopner. Other Friday events include talks called Los Angeles and the Rise of the American Indian Movement, Is the Desert Inspirational for Comedy Writing, and Women's Comics, a VIP conversation. Swing by the 29 Palms Community Center, located at Freedom Plaza, beginning tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. You can find the full schedule of events at 29pbf.com. A new way to explore the Joshua Tree National Park offers a unique personal experience after dark. On the Z107.7 Up Close show tomorrow, Caitlin Gill of Joshua Tree Astronomy Adventures will talk about how their astronomy-based tours view the season's best solar systems, objects, stars, and deep sky phenomena. Gill and host Gary Daigneault will talk about area tourism, new experiences, growth, and how Joshua Tree Astronomy Adventures make the cosmos feel both accessible and awe-inspiring. Find out more on Z107.7's Up Close show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. A rescue ranch that started with one starving horse and a promise to care has grown into a sanctuary for animals and for people. Joey's Home Animal Rescue in Yucca Valley is inviting the community to a special fundraiser on Saturday at the Red Dog Saloon. Reporter Hillary Sloan is here to tell you about the event.
Joey's Home Animal Rescue was started when Melinda Allen and her grandson began searching for a horse reported abandoned in the mountains north of Desert Hot Springs. Here is Melinda Allen.
Grandson and I went up there looking for him. There's up on the Power Line Road. Couldn't find him. Went back the next day with a couple of Jeeps and food and water for him and found him and came back, got a horse trailer and led him out 8 miles.
When Melinda and her family opened the horse trailer, he just jumped right in, like he knew he was finally safe. His story became the heart of a growing rescue effort. Melinda Allen again.
We had rescued a horse before that, and we didn't intend to become a rescue. It just sort of happened after we rescued him, and we started finding out the plight that so many horse owners and horses and all animals were in after the real estate crash in 2008. We just started doing it.
In 2014, Joey's Home became an official nonprofit. Melinda and her husband still provide the land, water, and equipment, while volunteers help care for the animals. The ranch now shelters horses, donkeys, and mules that have been abused, abandoned, or surrendered by owners who can no longer afford their care. To support the ongoing care of the animals, Joey's Home decided to throw a fundraiser at Red Dog Saloon in Pioneer Town. Here is Tanya Burns, Finance and Operations Manager at Joey's Home Animal Rescue.
Actually, Red Dog is hosting. They have donated the venue, and everything that we've done is all volunteer-led.
The event will feature an online auction and raffle prizes from local favorites like Pappy and Harriet's, Hawks Landing, Big Rock Golf Resort, and Mountain View Ranch. Plus, 2 of the ranch's stars, Marley and Neon the Mini, will be there for Click for a Cause, where visitors can take photos with the horses and help raise funds for their care. To support Joey's Home, go to their fundraiser on Saturday, November 8th from noon to 6 at the Red Dog Saloon in Pioneer Town. For details or to bid online, visit joeyshomeanimalrescue.com or follow Joey's Home Animal Rescue on Facebook and Instagram. For Z107.7 News, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Aquafit in Yucca Valley is hosting their annual Turkey Fest fundraiser, kicking off Saturday. The event features a delicious turkey dinner with all the fixings, toe-tapping live music by Tommy Dodson, games, dancing, and more. With a photo booth, silent auction, and even turkey races in the pool, there's something for everyone to enjoy. The Turkey Water Slides and Races event will feature purchases. You can buy a turkey for $20 and possibly win a big prize. Tickets for the event are $25 in advance and available at the pool desk and $30 on the day of. The event is this Saturday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Aquafit, located at 57121 Sunny Slope Drive in Yucca Valley. Theater 29 will welcome in those irrepressible Little Sisters of Hoboken with Nuncrackers, the nonsense Christmas musical, beginning November 21st. Here's arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas with more.
Theater 29 is delighted to unveil its 26th season with the heartwarming and humorous performance of Nuncrackers, the nonsense Christmas musical, directed by Nina Jimenez, with musical direction by Scott Clinkscales and choreography by Makasi Boykin. This nuntacular holiday treat is set to run from November 21st through December 7th. The talented cast features Jennifer Roederer, Jasmine Schaefer, Marina McClay, Becca Ossier, Melissa McNeil, and Makasi Boykin. Additional performances include Cruz Jimenez, Laura Harwood, Samantha Crocker, Nancy Abramson, and Hilary Terrazona, with a children's choir featuring Francesco Konopka, Charlie Shea, Yuri Prusho, Lily Prusho, Isla Kieran, Camille McNeil, and Julius Dean. Nuncrackers, the nonsense Christmas musical, will open on November 21st with a special opening night gala hosted by Theater 29. The gala, priced at $45, includes hors d'oeuvres, drinks, desserts, and a silent auction starting at 6 p.m. Tickets for all performances are currently available at theater29.org. Rated for ages 10 and up, it is a perfect show for the whole family to enjoy. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
And finally, the 29 Palms High School girls varsity team traveled to Malibu High School to face the previous season's CIF champions, the Sharks. The Lady Cats ended their season with a loss in the first round. Coach William Shea wants to congratulate all the Lady Cats for an amazing season. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.